まだ幼虫だ。しかしこのエネルギーは人類の役に立つかもしれん。
あ、ヘビーメトロイドが奪われる。
緊急試練。スペースハンターサムス・アラン、さらわれたベビーメトロイドを奪い返す。
スーパーファミコンソフトスーパーメトロイド、とてつもない地下要塞が待ち受けている。
As the founder of Nintendo Age, I'm often asked what my favorite game of all time is, and I get the impression that people asking expect the obligatory Zelda or Mario responses. No question those are great games, but I continually come back to Super Metroid. To be sure, it's not a happy game. There are no words of encouragement from the townspeople. There are neither towns nor people, well, at least not alive. There are no goals and no hints to help you along the way, at least not in the traditional sense. In a way, Super Metroid's a long, drawn-out, cruel joke. You're thrust into a showdown with an end boss right from the get-go, followed by a near-panic attack when faced with having to escape a planet ready to explode. Maybe I'm cruel, or perhaps it's a parental prerogative, but I never tire of watching my son play the intro to Super Metroid, seeing the sheer panic on his face when the screen tilts and the timer screams at him to hurry. It is one of the few games where I can't think of one thing that could improve it. It's a masterpiece from start to finish, save for the calluses still on my thumbs from learning how to wall jump.
As a child growing up in the early 90s, my Saturday morning ritual revolved around cartoons. It did not matter how tired I was or how inviting the outside world seemed. Saturday morning cartoons were not to be missed. Whenever the television signal to our local network grew fuzzy, my brother and I would force our bleary-eyed parents downstairs so they could adjust our TV's rabbit ears. Then Super Metroid came along, and suddenly the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't seem so interesting. Super Metroid is a Swiss watch of perfect design. Every element, from its graphics to its gameplay to its music, works in harmony to tell an incredibly haunting story about a bounty hunter, Samus Aran, and her journey through an alien planet to recover the deadly organisms called Metroids. The first time I played it, the planet Zebes felt incredibly isolating and haunting, but there were secrets around nearly every corner, and I wanted to explore every nook and cranny of its serpentine world. To this day, I still consider Super Metroid my favorite game of all time, and in recent years we have seen a host of indie games such as Ori and the Blind Forest, Axiom Verge, and Guacamelee try to emulate Metroid's formula. These games are incredible in their own right, but Super Metroid stands over them like a titan. Its greatness still has not been eclipsed.
I grew up on Metroid and the NES, but by the time SNES rolled around, I was too cool for Nintendo. I became a Sega Genesis guy, thinking that games like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Sonic the Hedgehog were far superior to what Mario or Link could offer. A few years into the SNES's lifespan, a game came out that stopped me cold. Super Metroid. Super Metroid? What's so super about it? Did Samus Aran now eat flowers and throw fireballs? I didn't own a Super Nintendo, but I had to have this game. I started selling Sega Genesis games, comic books, and basically anything that was not nailed down. I would walk my street with a lawnmower, knocking on people's doors. Come on, cheapskate, I need my video game system. But finally, I had enough for the SNES and a copy of Super Metroid. As I started playing the game, I found myself walking through a seemingly still laboratory. I was instantly puzzled. What the hell was this? Was the game released incomplete? Was my copy of the game defective? I entered a room to find the gigantic hulking Ridley, a creature I thought I had destroyed in the first Metroid. I started throwing everything I had at the monster. He would not die. Ridley just flew away and a countdown timer started telling me to escape. I flicked the power switch off and then on again. Screw that, I was not letting that monster get away. Through the lab again and up to Ridley, laser shot after laser shot, but no matter what I did, the beast would fly away. They made a game that starts off with a boss fight that's unwinnable. My mind was completely blown. My OCD kicked in and I tried several more times to no avail. By the time I actually started the game, I had already played for hours, finally letting go of the need to kill this unkillable creature. But to this day, whenever I start a game of Super Metroid, I try my hardest to kill that damn Ridley, still hoping that one day I can beat this amazing game in the first few minutes.
Share your memories in the comments, and thanks for watching.